So, how been ya? Welcome to the Black Country Craftsman's YouTube channel. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe. Smash us a like. Your support is much appreciated. So let's crack on with the rest of the video. Today, we're going to look at how to repair this badly damaged wood effect laminate worktop. Now, to complete this task, you will need a Stanley knife, some cleaning thinners, some various coloured putty sticks, various grades of sandpaper, some Mitre glue, a filler knife, various colours of acrylic paint, an artist brush, a mixing palette, a heat gun, some matte lacquer, some masking tape and some old newspaper. As you can see, the worktop has had something very heavy dropped on it. In fact, it was a wall unit that had collapsed onto the worktop. Luckily for me, I didn't fit it. So first lesson, make sure it's been fitted back properly before you start working underneath it. Okay, the first thing we need to do is, using a sharp Stanley knife, make a V shape into the sides of the damage. Give the damaged area a clean with some cleaning thinners. Masking tape off the area that you plan to fill. Right then, using these Mohawk putty sticks, what I plan to do is go with the lighter colour main as your main colour with a touch of the darker colour, and what you're trying to do is trying to get as close to the main colour as you possibly can as a base filler. Now, the way these putty sticks work is that's the colour on the outside, and in the centre is the activator. Now, when you mix these up with your finger, that activator mixes in with the putty, enabling it to set. Now, when you mix these colours up, always put only a slight amount of dark in compared to the light, because the dark will overtake the colour and dominate it, and it's very difficult to then get that lighter colour back. It's always easier to add just a little bit of dark to the lighter one to try and get the colour that you want. Now that's all mixed in, as you can see, it's not too far away from the colour of the base coat. So what we need to do now is apply that using a filler knife and completely cover the area that is damaged. Okay, the filler's now applied. Oh, if you can, leave that for 24 hours to set before you start to sand it. Using these sandpapers, starting with 180 grit, then following with 240 grit, then to finish off a 320 grit. Give the worktop a quick spray of water and start to sand the worktop down. The water helps leave a smooth finish on the filler. The repair is still slightly uneven and has a slight dish in it, so I'll need to apply this Mitre glue. Right, put plenty Mitre over the repair, and with a filler knife, carefully make it flat, and with the activator, hopefully that should set. nice and smooth. What we'll need to do now is, with a sanding pad, 180 grit sandpaper, sand it flat. Right, I've really had to sand that back due to the fact that there's a little bit of a bump there, due to the fact that the damage when it come in from that angle had literally popped that section up a little bit. By putting the Mitomate glue on top has protected all that area, so that is now lovely and smooth and flat. So whatever paint that you put on there, when you look down it or you put your hand over it, will feel as though it's a natural finish. Right, using a series of different paints from the white, black and various selections of brown from light to dark, using this mixing palette and a brush, what I've got to try and do is try and get the various shades of brown, starting with the lighter one to cover the damage. Starting with the light brown and a small amount of black and dark brown, start to mix them up, remembering to only apply a very small amount of the darker one. Okay, I've mixed a little bit of white, black and the lighter brown. Start to do some testing strips and heat them up to dry, as the acrylic paint dries darker than when it's wet. As the colour was a little light, I added this golden brown colour to darken it up slightly. Okay, with various different attempts, I think I've found a good base coat. Start to build the layers of the base coat colour, drying each coat as you go. It's really important you get a solid base coat on. It's also important to have a nice cuppa, as it can be thirsty work. When you're putting the paint on, really place it on thick around the damaged area, and on the outskirts really feather it in so it gets lighter. As you're coming towards the end there where that's covered, just put streaks of your new colour. In various places, which helps to disguise the slightly different colour. Okay, that's where we're at the moment. As you can see, bulk of the paint has gone there. As I've said, I've gradually feathered it out, put streaks of paint all the way around, just so it blends in. What I've done here is I've gone from a lighter brown and gradually mixed it up with a darker one. So what I plan to do is start with a lighter colour and start to put various bits of grain back into the worktop. Really feather the paint out with your finger. This gives it a more realistic wood effect. Again, bit of a colour change, so bit of black, bit of white, bit of mahogany which comes out a little bit more reddier, mixing in with the brown that I'd already previously mixed up. Start to carefully blend it in. Okay, what we need to start to do now is start to put some of the darker flecks in. With the different colours. Don't forget to do the same. Venture out a little bit there, a little bit this way, and a little bit that way. Blend it in by rubbing it with your finger. Okay, we are now starting to take shape. What I need to try and do is add a couple more darker grains, very similar to what's on there. Just blend some dark thin lines into your worktop. Okay, by mixing some dark brown with a little bit of black, we come up with a really dark brown. With your brush, kind of like that, it enables you to put some really, really nice thin dark lines in. you can see when you feather it out with your fingers, it starts to create lines which replicate the grain. Just to finish off, using a very watery white, start to just add a little bit to your repair. Again, very thin streaks of white and brown. Blend them in. Okay then, initial part of the repair is complete. What we need to do now is protect your repair by spraying some lacquer over the worktop. Okay, make sure all the worktop is clean and dry, and with some old newspaper and some masking tape, cover the areas that you don't want to lacquer. Now, there are different finishes on all worktops. This one is a matte finish. Place your can in some warm water. This heats the lacquer up, which helps it come out a lot smoother. As you're indoors, always use the recommended face mask, as the lacquer's fumes can be overwhelming at times. Carefully spray the lacquer on and just let it fall gently onto the worktop, making sure you cover the surrounding areas as well as the main repair. Keep applying the coats and really build the protection up. The idea with this repair is you create your own pattern by blending it in with the existing one, which is hopefully not noticeable to people that don't know there's been a repair. The trick is to turn your back and look for your repair. If it takes you a few seconds to find it, as you know there has been a repair, then you've cracked it. And that is classed as a Boston repair. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, smash us a like. Drop us a comment, and if we can help you, we will. And please subscribe to give us a little support. Also, please check out our other videos, as we've got quite a few out now. You may find something that might just help you out in the future. I'm the Black Country Craftsman. Don't forget to tell your muckers. Learning how to fix these problems yourself is cheaper than paying someone else to do it for you. Thanks for watching.